this boat is sinking, there's no sea left for me. And how the sky gets heavy when you are underneath it. Oh.
What's up, everybody? This is Phillip Chbeeb with IME Crew, and I'm here with Gem Productions on Time with the Stars.
God, he came down, and
Now, I started dance when I was 15 years old. At 15, I started looking at people who had really extreme talents, physically in general, right? So I would look at my hands and look at my feet and be like, wow, I want to be able to do something really special with my body too. If everyone has the same tools, but you could do so many different things with it, I want to do that too. So, I tried sports, I did all those things, and then eventually, I didn't like the idea that I had to do the same thing as somebody else, but I had to do it better. So I had to run faster, I had to jump higher, I had to throw further. I really wanted something that I could be myself and be respected for being myself. And then that's when I started looking at old school sharing programs like Kazaa and Napster, and they had videos of people crip walking, or they had videos of liquid dancers and things like that. And that's what immediately drew my attention. I was like, oh, okay. They're just expressing themselves. They're getting respect for expressing themselves, and they're having fun. And I looked at that and I was like, you know what? I want that. Now, I didn't have any professional training, which made it a little tricky. So I really had to just start in my room, experiment with my body in a very scientific way, seeing what I could do. And the more things that I could do, that I was like, oh, that's cool. And I knew I would get the reaction, if I was in front of people and I did it, because normal people couldn't do it. That became my first motivation. Was like, how do I stand out? How do I do something that no one's done before, and then get respect for that? Now later, obviously, I was able to meet thousands and thousands of talented people and finally get exposed to hip-hop culture and dance and so many things throughout the years that really fed my motivation for so many things. So what started as just a motivation to stand out and be unique later became a love of movement, of the outlet, of the music.
from here, and God came down.
Yeah, my parents danced completely different styles. My father was actually not a dancer at all. He just danced, socially. In Lebanon they had a dance called the Debki, which I learned when I was young, and that was it. That was his extent of dance. Dancing he didn't know much about. My mother was actually part of a folk dancing group that traveled and danced professionally, but still worlds apart from what I ended up doing with my life. The reason I chose popping and hip-hop was mostly because I felt like the styles were so broad in definition that I felt like I had the most freedom in there to play, to explore, and really the inspiration that I had around me was more within those styles. So even when I started, I was around these three guys, Sifu, Moon, and Andrew Green, and each one of them looked like different superheroes to me. One of them had flexibility, one was very angular with their tuts, one had isolations. And I looked at them and I was like, wow, these guys are seriously all from different planets. And I was just so excited, and I always loved the idea of superheroes, so I was so excited to be my own superhero, to find my power, to get bit like Spider-Man or something. I felt like if I trained enough, I could literally become my own superhero. Every dancer is either more a thinker or more of a feeler naturally. And they usually follow those routes, but I realized that if you are able to encompass both, then you have a very powerful tool set. So if you think naturally, you can use your inspiration of so many things, crafts, your life experiences, everything. You can study them and you can adapt them to your body piece by piece, changing the way you move your anatomy and everything through studies, and then learn how to internalize those things and put them into music in a very natural way. Now, obviously, these are some of the most difficult things to do as a dancer, is to combine those aspects, but I feel like once you're able to release your movement, high-level movement, into music in a very natural way, you have so many options. Really, you're expanding your vocabulary on one side, and then you're learning how to speak on the other side. And I think with both is really where a dancer finds his completeness.
He rolled up, asked him what he was sipping on. Said, lean. You wanna hit it, dog? That's the same stuff Wheezy sipping, huh? And tons of other rappers that be spitting hard. Yep, he had 5 a bone. Then when I passed him that styrofoam.
IME Crew has been one of my crowning achievements as a dancer, as a choreographer. As a crew, each one of them has an amazing talent. They have an amazing heart. They're my family on one side, and then they're also people that I admire on the other. So, you know, with each one of them having a special skill, the beauty of bringing them all together under a style called brainbanging, which was actually called brainbanging from Brandon Harrell, who's in the crew. It's a name he made, but yeah, this connecting style where we took, you know, machinery and science and math, and we tried to incorporate those concepts into a group of people and figure out how to use their arms in ways to mimic nature. This whole concept was something that, you know, it was years in the making, and we never really took it past 1, 2, 3 people. And with this, we had 6 people on stage, and people were understanding it. You know, that was the beautiful part, is that something that we created was reading to the audience, something that they've never seen before, and to see their reaction to a style they've never seen was just, it was beautiful. It's incredible, and even today, you know, even the years after AVDC, we continue to try to push the limits of that style, and every time that we get like a really quality reaction from people, it just pushes us more and more. So without a doubt, IME Crew is number 1, my family, but number 2, represents so much for what I've worked for and so much of what we believe in as people.
Came down, 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 and settled down.
So choreography is a crazy job in the sense that you really have to be not only a constructor of choreography, but you also have to be a motivator, and you have to be someone who knows how to calm the waters, because you are working with people of all different sorts of personalities, backgrounds, cultures, and when you're doing that, you need to know how to adjust your tone, how to talk, how to explain things. Different people need different levels of explanation. How to adjust the piece for the dancers. Some dancers have a really high specialty in one thing, but not in others, and you want to expect them to do everything. It's not possible. So it takes a lot of strategy. It's honestly like moving, you know, chess pieces around a chessboard. You have to be very careful how you do it. Basically, it comes down to there's a difference between leading followers and leading leaders. And a lot of times when you get into higher ranks and higher level industry jobs, you really are leading leaders. You know, the people that you're telling what to do have told other people what to do in their circles. So if you learn how to communicate with respect and how to problem solve without, you know, getting too irritated and flustered, you actually have a very successful pathway in that career. So that's what I hope to do, and I've learned a lot from working with my crew and working on various jobs. So it's a fun career, though. In the end, honestly, when you get the opportunity, and if you really love what you're doing, it can be one of the best jobs ever. And that's my story. So this is brought to you by Gem Productions. Keep watching.
Oh girl, this boat is sinking. There's no sea left for me. And how the sky gets heavy when you are underneath it. Oh, I want to sail away from here. And God, He came down, 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 and settled down, 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 down.
He rolled up, asked him what he was sipping on. Said, lean. You wanna hit it, dog? That's the same stuff Wheezy sipping, huh? And tons of other rappers that be spitting hard. Yep, he had 5 a bone. Then when I passed him that styrofoam. The Easter pink heard it rhyme before I finally got to see what all the hype was on. And then he took a sip, sitting in the Lincoln, thinking he was pippin' as he listened to the system. Little did he know that it was just as addictive as bass. Not the kind of hit from the kick drum. Hot box, let the bass bump. Take it to the face, go. Months later the use went up, and every blunt was accompanied by the pink stuff. But goddamn, glove that feeling. Purple rain coated in in the throat, just so healing. Medicine alleviate the sickness, liquid to fix them, it comes with the cost. Wake up, cold sweat, scratching, itching, try to escape the skin that barely fit him. Gone, get another bottle just to get a couple swallows, headed towards the bottom, couldn't get off. Didn't even think he had a problem, though we couldn't sleep without getting nauseous. Room spinning, thinking he might have sipped just a little bit too much of that cough syrup. His eyelids closed shut, sat back in the chair clutching that cup. Girlfriend came in a couple hours later, said his name shook him, but he never got up. He never got up, never got up. We live on the cusp of death, thinking that it won't be us. It won't be us. It won't be us. It won't be us. Nah, it won't be us.